I'm Gary Isaacs on the Ike Pickett Show. Drug manufacturers have largely become the dictators of medical treatment. Their lobbying and marketing have moved the use of drugs into dangerous territory for the patients and doctors they market their products to. They become compromised by conflicts of interest in their research to the point that economic benefits to their profit lines have largely overridden the safety of their products. For instance, legally prescribed painkillers such as opioids containing fentanyl are controlled substances dispensed by drug manufacturers that are pushing patients toward a dangerous precipice, even death. Modern prescriptions such as statins and blood thinners are marketed as life-saving drugs, but they can impair cognition and are dangerous. These harmful substances, developed by the drug manufacturing corporations, have affected many unlearned patients to the point of addiction and even death. The way these dangerous drugs are marketed by corporate big pharma is by media advertising, disclaimers, and direct sales to the doctors. Doctors, for the most part, having done no significant research on specific drugs on their own, believe the representatives because the drugs they represent have been labeled and approved by the government Food and Drug Administration. And besides, the drug representative brought free samples and bought lunch. For doctors to think outside the box is unusual and perceived to be dangerous to their income and potentially libelous. If a person has an alternative way to heal and feel good on his own, he or she won't be going to the doctor for anything. Individual choices and responsibility are essential for a happy life. It's a treacherous world that we live in. Pitfalls are everywhere and hard to recognize. Those who seek truth from some philosophy in the world are relegated to confusion and chaos these days. Our only hope is to seek the truth from the God who created us and follow His direction and His example. Read, ponder, and ask God, who giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not. In other words, He hears you when you pray to Him with real and honest intent. If you listen, you can know the truth of all things for yourself. He will answer your request by peaceful means, not by the loud noises and the distractions that are designed to keep you confused and to keep you from asking. I respect the rights to make choices by individuals, whatever the choices might be. However, it's imperative that before a stand can be taken and the responsibility that comes with that stand, one must have all the information necessary to make it. Not by mere conviction, but with personal resolve. Or we can choose to have no resolve, only a conviction to please the group that we associate with, to believe them and do nothing for ourselves, trusting that someone else, divine or otherwise, will make the right stand on our behalf. If that's your choice, you're on the side of those who would have you subservient to all their self-aggrandizing whims. History is clear. Christ was crucified by ignorant people with allegiance only by conviction and with no personal resolve. You know your own body better than the doctor does. He or she can usually only generalize your condition based on observances of other patients, or what he has learned through medical school, or from taking the word of other medical practitioners. Responsibility for personal happiness and well-being cannot and should not be turned over to another person, regardless of his or her status or expertise. Personal informed choice and responsibility are essential for happiness and necessary for the existence of true freedom. Everyone cannot become an expert in everything in one short mortal lifetime. But for those things that affect a person's life, character, and well-being, that person must be personally responsible and truthfully committed to himself regardless of others' opinions or recommendations, expert or otherwise. It isn't to say a person should be narcissistically proud of himself. Pride is detrimental to learning and personal improvement. A person needs to be humble enough to learn what ought to be done to improve. A prideful person is his own worst enemy. He will not hear the truth, nor will he be willing to change his behavior for his own good. I'm Gary Isaacs with the Daily Integrity Path on the Ike Pickett Show. Thanks for checking in today. Remember, knowledge is power, and it also takes away your fear. We only fear what we don't understand. Open my website, myintegritypath.com. Learn more about personal integrity and the Bitcoin counter revolution. Get your free copy of the Declaration of Financial Independence in support of unrestricted free commerce and trade between individual citizens in every country in the world to download and keep for yourself. Read my book, Standing Up to the Coup, and you can listen to my book, Searching for Bitcoin, by audio. Keep in mind what you can do to stand peacefully up to the coup that was designed to take away your integrity and your strength. Remember who you are and why you're here at this important time. If you're a true Christian, you can rest peacefully when you know that your integrity is your own responsibility and your savings are not controlled by governments, banks, and oligarchs, but they're in your own private custody.
I'm changing up. I'm gonna modify my lifestyle. No more swimming in this pool of misery. I'm changing up. I'm gonna stop my thinking and treat myself to a better way to be.